Hey YouTube, I'm back again. It's been a while. Shit, way long time. Anywho, I've not only got a pickups video, but it's also going to be a special package from a real awesome, but very low profile YouTuber. Goes by, I'm probably going to butcher his name, but it's bray8916, I believe. But he goes by like Agent Zero and by Yakuza Games. This guy's got more fucking nicknames than Jay-Z. I mean, seriously, he's a real cool guy. Very much into Neo Geo, very much into imports, the clone systems. This guy's got a shit ton of stuff. And actually a really good reviewer too at that. But anywho, he sent out packages to several YouTubers. And he sent one to me. So let's just get into this shit, shall we? Alright, I basically kind of took away the box and everything that he had in it because it had identifiable information, so I don't want to give away his shit and all. So, yeah, we got no time. The lighting here is pretty shitty, so I gotta try and kind of read his handwriting. He's got some nice handwriting, but it's just small as fuck. Alright, it's, hey, what's up, SNK Neo Geo, man? Better late than never. Ha ha ha. I really need to just get on Google Plus. You might already know what it is, but I think it's something you can appreciate with your import collection. Spoiler alert, Mr. Karate is Yuri's father. What a dickhead. Hope you enjoy. Happy holidays, man. Agent Zero, the story behind the mask. And it's just, he's just fucking with me because I'm a huge fan of this game. I actually did an overview of it. It's actually a pretty nice little drawing there. And yeah, and I've actually never owned this game on any other console before. So, well, other than, you know, you'll see. Alright, let me flip it over because he had a lot of other stuff in here. Now, at first, I'm like, what the fuck? It was like wood. It was real hard. I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh, I was just be glad it wasn't fucking ticking, so I guess that's something positive. But what he did was, I saw and I looked at it, and what he did is he made kind of like an MVS kit out of wood. And that's pretty fucking sharp. Definitely really one of those specialty items or gifts that somebody makes for you that you keep for a jillion years. This is one of those type of gifts because it's personally made. Now when you slide the drawer out, which is really fucking cool, you'll find none other than Art of Fighting 2 for the Super Famicom. I've never actually owned a Super Famicom. I had a Super Nintendo, but haven't dealt with Super Nintendo since probably about, maybe about 93, 94. That's when I kind of ditched all that shit to put towards Neo Geo. But did an overview of this game. He knows I really enjoy it. It's my favorite in the series. So, only problem is I can't fucking play it because I don't have a Super Famicom or any type of converter. So I might go for that Super Boy handheld fucking thing that allows you to play the imports and the Super Nintendo games. But it's not just the game. This motherfucker went a step further. He included like almost like an MVS type of thing is the little move list. I probably won't focus because that shit is small. But it's the move list for every character, usually as you get an MVS kit. And what the hell is this shit? Oh, okay. I don't want to take everything out, but like the dip setting and sheet. And this takes some time to put together. I mean, that is some really classy shit right there. I've never seen anything like that. I think it's really awesome. I think it's very personalized. And it shows you what type of person he is. That, you know, he's into, you know, his viewers. He really cares about it. He knows what they like. And it's really cool. And the thing is that's definitely going to be kept. But I would love to play that game. Seriously, I really do. So I'm probably going to invest in maybe if I can pick up one of those cheap Superboy things and then be able to play it. But yeah, I want to thank him I'm going to leave a link down to his channel. He's a really good guy. Like I said, he's very low profile, but you check out his stuff. He does, like I said, Neo Geo, clone stuff. He even mods stuff. And he's actually working on some CMVSs, so Mr. Ken6297 is going to have a little bit of competition there. But, yeah, you must check out his channel. I believe you'll thoroughly enjoy it. He's actually a really nice guy on and off YouTube. Just an excellent person. So, Ed, thank you very much for it. I appreciate it. This is one of the things that, you know, I hope I keep till I die. So, thank you very much. And I actually consider it not only so much a holiday gift, but it's actually like kind of like a belated birthday in a sense to myself, because, you know, I'm 36 now. So, yeah, I may as well shoot myself. But, yeah, the thing is I got to thank him. I appreciate everything. And, yeah, it's just an outstanding gift by an outstanding individual. So, I want to thank him again. I just think it's fucking awesome. Alright then, let me move on to pickups time. Alright, this pickup is going to be for the PS2. And it's going to be the King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited Match. Now, some of you, if you can remember every single fucking video I make, might have seen that I've picked this up before. But the version that I had before was the, I think, Tengi 2.0 fucking version of it, which is actually the arcade version. This is the original version. And it's basically similar to the other version, but I think it has a little bit more bugs in it and stuff like that and all, but it's still a really fun game, and actually I like to do probably an overview with it. Got it for really cheap, cheaper than the actual other version I got off a US seller, and I really enjoyed the game. Alright, moving on. It's time for some DC shit right here. Alright, first off for the Dreamcast. I believe I didn't show these before. A game that's extremely hard to get a hold of. Well, not really hard to get a hold of, but it's really expensive. It's going to be Rival Schools. It's Project Justice. The American version of this game is fuck all expensive. It is extremely expensive and kind of hard to come by. And it's a really good game. It's a 3D fighter. And it's like the kind of like tag team matchup between rivaling schools, etc., etc. Another Capcom fighter. Another IP that Capcom just doesn't fucking follow through with. Next up, this game needs absolutely zero introduction, and that is Ikaruga. As you see right here, the game is in actual like fucking flawless condition. I got it for a really good price. People are huge fans of it, and I can see why. It's an absolute pleasure to play. The graphics and everything are stunning. It's kind of a little hard to get into because you got to get used to the polarity gig, but it's a really excellent game that actually holds its value, not only for this but also for the GameCube. So, excellent game. Moving on, we're gonna pick up this one. You're looking at Stormwind. Stormwind is actually a game that's actually, what, about 17 years in the making, I'd imagine? This game was originally supposed to be for, I think, the Jaguar CD, but just never came to the light of day, and it's been kind of floundering throughout the years, and this game was supposed to come out a little bit earlier, but it's actually produced by a German team, who actually just brought it back to life. And it was supposed to be, I think, out in 2011 or 2010, but I think they had issues with the CD pressing company or whatever, because they went out of business or some shit like that. But it's an excellent game, and for a shooter, for me to gush about this, I can't really say too much more about it. It's an excellent game. Its graphics are amazing. I have to probably do an overview. I know I keep saying that. I just got to get around to it. Definitely a game you want to pick up. I think PlayAsia has them. Definitely check into it. I didn't get the one with the limited edition because I don't give a fuck about the octopus fucking plushie and the soundtrack. Excellent game. Next up, it's going to be, of course, I Cannot Be Me without any Neo Geo type games. It's going to be Fatal Fury, and this is going to be Mark of the Wolves. This is what it's labeled here in the United States, or what H-Tech gave it. My version is fucked up. And you might be wondering, well, what do you mean it's fucked up? I got the game for a good price, and the disc is in flawless condition. The problem with it is that certain discs that were here made in America, some that were pressed have sound issues. And I mean sound issues is severe lag in them. And like, in other words, as Terry will do like a power wave, you'll hear that shit maybe a second or a second and a half later. And the sound is so bad that once the music goes, once you do their win post and it goes into their music, it can actually glitch the game. That's how bad it is. But, like I said, it's complete. Disc is in excellent condition. And it's just fucked up. It's a shame because this is actually very highly in demand. And I got it for a good price. So I can't bitch too much, but it becomes at points of almost being unplayable. But whatever. Now you'll get a kick out of this next one because you'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay. This one we've got Mark of the Wolves, but it's Garu, which is for the DC, which is the Japanese version of this game. I got this game for cheaper than I got the American version. This game plays a shit ton better. The disc is inside the DC. This game doesn't have any sound issues. Because from what I understand, the Japanese copies that were pressed were done by, I believe they were done by Playmore. And I think there's two, I think there's like a first edition and a second edition. I don't know if this, I think this might be the first edition. But these play well and sound well. This is the better version. When I play the game, this is the version I go to because it fucking sounds better and it doesn't glitch the fuck up. So, if you're going to go for it, and only if you're really a collector, go for the Japanese version. Alrighty then. Next up is going to be The Last Blade 2. I actually got this from a retro store that's actually not too far from me outside of Philly. Got for a pretty decent price. It was still under 30. It's pretty close to Neo Geo. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of missing. Frames of animation on the characters. One of the backgrounds where the stage is on fire. The flames that are actually on the stage, they don't have that reflective quality, showing you like the heat, the transference of like light and heat. So there's some things that are off, but as far as playability, I think it actually plays a little bit faster than Neo Geo because of the frames missing. It seems to be a little bit faster in the game, but it's still not a bad translation nonetheless. So yeah, moving on. Next up. It's going to be Fighting Vipers 2. Now, I like Fighting Vipers for when I was in the arcade. I remember playing it vaguely on the Sega Saturn, which wasn't a bad gig. And then I have it for the PS2. PS2 version I really like. But I've never actually played the second version. And this version only came out in Japan. So, as far as Japan and I believe Europe too. So, this is the Japanese copy. I have to open the fucking thing up. It's in pretty good condition. Really thick-ass manual, too. That's when manuals used to be fucking manuals. And, 3D fighter. It's not much different, really, than the original one, but it's just a little bit more spruced up. And just a little bit better game. But it's nothing that's revolutionary. But it is still fun. It's actually easier to play, I believe, than the first one. Because the first one was hard as shit. Alright, next up. Alright. Is Bangai O. Alright, now. I should have actually did my research on this. But I got it for such a good price. Didn't really care. This is a shooter, but it's not the type of shooter I thought it was. I should have just did some YouTubing on it. But, what the fuck. It's a good game. But, it's one of those games where it's not what I expected. It's a shooter, but you kind of make it through the level to basically reach the end boss, but not like you would think you'd reach it. It's maybe you're like a really tiny anime character in a robot suit, and you basically just go through the like little maze of the level. It's like more the hazards of the level to just make it to the boss and fight it. It's not bad, but it is hard. And it's one of those quirky games that you have to play for a while in order to get used to. But it's a good game nonetheless. It's still a good game. Very anime, very cutesy, but a very difficult game and a very acquired taste. So, yeah, absolutely. Moving on. Alright, I don't know if I showed this in my last one, but this one's called Zombie Revenge. Basically, if you played House of the Dead, which is an outstanding series made by Sega, an awesome IP. Well, this, instead of being, let's say, a like-on shooter, this is actually kind of like a action-adventure, 3D-ish game. Problem with the game is that it's cool looking for its time. I mean, it's a little rough. I mean, the polygons and all that, but the graphics are not bad. I can deal with that. But the control was fucked up. There's a lot of delay in the input as far as the characters, so it actually takes away from the game. But there's a lot of cool things that are involved in the game. But like I said, the delay is the biggest problem with the game. If it wouldn't have that delay with that's all the characters, it'd be a really super fantastic game. But for the time, I guess for the time it came out, I probably would have gotten a really high score that time. But because, you know, you're older, wiser, and you know how things are supposed to work, it would get a much lower score, be mostly at average at best. Alright, next up, and last but not least, or at least in my opinion is Star Gladiator 2. Now, a lot of people don't really know about this game. Now, this is another Capcom IP that it's been forgotten about. But, graphically, it looks very similar to a PlayStation 1 game. Very, very similar to a PlayStation 1 game. But, like I always say, graphics aren't anything. But the sound and the music are excellent in the game. The moves, everything is very fluid. So if you can look past the graphics, it's actually a pretty good game. I actually kind of like it. It's very, why the fuck is that upside down? Okay. It's a very quirky game, and just a real fun game just to play. Like I said, it's not going to, you know, revolutionize anything or change your life. But I think you should give it a try because, like I said, because the gameplay is there, I think the music is just fantastic. So that's just me, but I would check it out if you're a fighting game fan. Alright, moving on. Alright, now we're going to pick up a 3DS game, which I haven't actually gotten a 3DS game in quite a long time. Quite a long time. And you are looking at Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. Now, I haven't played a Donkey Kong Country, and I ain't lying, since the 90s, because I had the Super Nintendo version. And the Super Nintendo version was fucking bad as shit. That's what actually brought Super Nintendo on the map, is just Donkey Kong Country. And it's an excellent version. I'm not into the 3D shit part of it, but the game itself is really good. It plays well. It's just a hard game. You really got to take your time with it. It's old school platforming at its best. I think it's in my 3DS now, I believe. Yeah, it's in there now. I'm not going to try to give people points or anything. But definitely, if you like it, check it out. The next game I'm probably going to wait for, I believe, is Super Smash Brothers. That's definitely one to check out. Now, to the meat and potatoes of this pickup. 2 Neo Geo games. And I haven't gotten Neo Geo games in quite a while, actually. 2 AES pickups. Okay, numero uno. It's going to be Samurai Shodown 3. I owned this for the MVS, but I recently gave it to a good friend of mine called Crazy Cubano on YouTube. He's an outstanding young man, a little homie out there in Vegas, because I didn't see a need to have it for the MVS if I have it for the AES, so I decided to pick it up. I got it at a good price because this game is starting to actually pick up in price. And I mean, it's a great game, don't get me wrong, but it's not what they're, you know, it's just the whole retro boom is making these things fucking expensive. So, but yeah, it's a great game. Nice cover, very dark anime type of look. So, yeah, I'm really glad to have that in my collection. Moving on, probably my second favorite game in the series is going to be, that is Samurai Shodown 4. And I had this game on I still have it actually for the MVS. Trying to make some deals with that. outstanding game. This is when people had a lot of criticism towards the third one, and this one got it right. It corrected. It's still not as excellent as Samurai Shodown 2 or Shin Samurai Spirits, but still an excellent game nonetheless. And this game I got for a pretty reasonable price, because this game goes for fucking wigs. It still is expensive, but I guess reasonable expensive, if that makes any fucking sense. You can see, manual's in there, and it's an original baggie. I usually put it at the bottom. I don't know why. Some people put it on the top. But, let's see. Very nice. You know, it's when they started introducing, like, the input command for fatalities and suicides and shit like that. So, yeah, I'm glad to have that. Also, I picked up another, I don't know if you can see it, another one of those HD things. The, what do you call it? The upscalers. So now I have one connected to the Dreamcast, and I have one connected to the Neo Geo AES. So now I don't have to fuck with S-Video for neither of them. So I'm pretty good to go as far as that. But yeah, so once again, this is my half-ass pickups. Once again, thank you to Ed for the package. You're an awesome guy. All links and shit will be down below for him. And once again, take care.